Okay.
Yeah, it's
23.
All right.
19 on that.
All right. So you managed to the next day. You guys went out. You had breakfast out on the veranda. You ended up going out to the Hall of Assets, the House of Assets, and got yourself a deed for a property somewhere in Montcommerce, and the next one, you as you get towards it, you're playing like your last hand here, already having placed your cloak as your bet for it, and she informs you, I think we've been getting a lot of looks. We should probably slow down after this. Anyways, I have a much better idea than gambling. And you play out to your last hand with that knowledge, and you win. And you now have a pair of boots of Elvenkind.
Like, yeah, guys, best night ever, best week ever. Can you? I don't know the thing. Can you drag it into my inventory, or do I have to create
I
it?
will. I'll drag it in
Okay.
afterwards.
Zeldin says, "Yeah, sure. I trust you."
terrible.
And he will stop playing. And he'll stop playing. You're not here.
And you managed to play, and you won the boots, and then afterwards, just okay, I'm cutting you off. Enough gambling. You're gonna get us killed.
Oh, was they winning too much?
Too much? No, but let's not push it any further. Let's go get something to eat. And she kind of like is like kind of like shepherding you like away from like you can see that she's kind of like looking at a few of the guards who you realize have been like keeping an eye on you in this whole last game, and she walks you like right past them without like looking at them. You guys go get something to eat out in kind of like the open fountain area, and while you're out there, you can see that there's like a party going on at one of the tables nearby. A bunch of people gathered around several pulled together tables. What sitting at one end of it appears to be a bride and a groom, dressed tuxedo, elegant dress, very Avalonian looking. Both of them human, and they seem to be having a pretty active time. There's a bunch of floral decorations around their table and stuff, and she as the band that's playing kind of goes back in again after the speech that was going on, and a bunch of random people nearby who've been listening clap and stuff along with them. She turns and she looks at you, and she goes, My band was actually offered a gig here once.
Do you play here?
A place like this? Never.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I like to. Yeah, I can kind of see this place might be not your cup of tea.
She like looks at you, figuring out what my cup of tea is now, are you?
So,
Maybe this was a bad idea after all.
so just like looks away. Shyly, just like, I have a good memory. And
Well,
I'm thinking about something, what is it? Don't you
she
get to
glances
contemplate
back
something.
over towards the table and just thinking about rock star life, the drama that comes with it.
Yeah? Does it get bad?
It has perks like this place, but it has danger too. You would not believe the amount of marriage requests that I've gotten in the last 6 months.
That, huh? I guess, was it actually people that actually liked you, or just the fame, you think?
If all they know is the fame, then can they really be liking me?
Hmm. Well, I like you.
Asphalt, that's because you don't know anything. She
Mm.
says it, and then she winces, and she looks at you. I didn't mean it like that.
Mm.
It's a good thing. Trust me. A lot of stuff you're better off not knowing about.
They'll kind of like punish for a bit, and he nods his head. Yeah, yeah. Enjoy life in the moment. Don't overthink things. Wise friend told me.
Well, seems like I've been getting rubbed off on by you a little too much because I've been thinking.
What am I
Okay,
thinking about? Mm-hmm.
this is a crazy sounding idea, and you can say no. I know the way these things work. You either say yes or you say no. Anyways, I was thinking we're friends, and this is nice.
Yeah, friends. And Zell's like slightly
And
blushes.
not being from here, I don't think that you have half the confusing ideas most of the people from here do about things, such
Mm.
as, and she kind of nods her head over towards uh, a wedding gathering, and she goes, such as being married and not being married, which comes with all sorts of things in Audale. Get one of those on your finger. She points to her ring finger with her thumb. And at least legitimate issues are now lessened. It won't stop the stalkers, but it can at least stop the nobles who think that they can marry into fame.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say what I'm trying to say. Hands up. Takes a knee. Dale, would you marry me? She got like this smirk on her face. She raises an eyebrow. The legality of it, of course.
Zell just smirks at her. And just is like, isn't it supposed to be the other way around?
Is
I
it?
thought the guy, what the guy was supposed to propose.
You be down in the Coterie Coast, but you're in Auvale now. Here, women rule.
I'm starting to get that. And so kind of thinks for a moment. If it'll help you, sure. I'll marry you.
You're supposed to say yes. That works too. She stands up and she goes, okay. So there are people here that can officiate weddings like that. But if we're gonna do this, we should at least do it in style. And she points down at her clothes and at your clothes. Goes, to go shopping?
Okay.
Alright. And whilst you two head out to go towards a chapel that they have here that actually has a store in it for selling and renting out tuxes and dresses. And you guys go through this, like, and there's like literally like it's like a montage of trying out every kind of wedding dress you could ever imagine being a wedding dress, and the things that you didn't think could be wedding dresses are evidently possible wedding dresses. You'll do this for a while, having more drinks. At this point in time, though, the luck stuff has started to wear off from it, right? And so the alcohol is actually capable of hitting you. But you are drinking at the same pace you've been drinking up to this, right? Where it's been pretty much like water because of the stuff you drank. So I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. But 14. I mean, not terrible.
Horrible decision, really. God damn it. All right. Yeah, no. You stay like a very happy little slight buzz, but you don't actually get any drunk at all during all of this. But
We'll take it back easy because even though this is formality thing, because of recent events, slightly kind of happy. So he's not drinking a lot. He kind of wants to get the light buzz, but wants to be sound mind for this. So that's probably the reason why.
You end up finding this gnomish priest of the lovers that actually ends up officiating this wedding here. They have very ruddy brown skin, and their hair and goatee and mutton chops are dyed this vibrant purple, and their robes are this just sequined covered pink, right? But like a very dark pink, right? And they officiate throughout your wedding, kind of like showering random bits of praise about the two of you and how great you two look together and all of this stuff the entire way through it. Whilst
really
you are in there trying on these things, and this guy is remarking on the two of you, you kind of turn around to face them back out towards the window and stuff. And just as you kind of like turn away from like the shop window to like look at him and and her and be like, how do you look like a slight bluish figure walks just behind you, just before you're able to notice it, as Hanu. But an hour before this, you and the crew in Tirana's boat made it to the edge of the lake, where a small rowboat with the front of it carved like a griffin's head is kind of posted up for you there. It looks abandoned and alone, but Caius is there. and as you clamber into it, you felt as the thing was lifted up from it. And with a gust of wind, suddenly the waves kind of flutter out from underneath you, and the boat is lifted up off of the water. You go soaring up into the floating island of Griffon's Perch. Seeing this mist-covered island with its 7 houses, almost like temples built up onto it, it is a strange-looking place to you. It looks like a temple, from what you can tell, but the people here are all just moving around, and Caius informs you that this is a casino, a gambling hall, and as he leads you through the streets and stuff, he asks, "So, are you one of them gambling types?"
I mean, I myself, I am of no opinion, but I have an ancestor who really liked gambling. There's nothing wrong with it. But, I mean, what about yourself?
I don't touch it. I prefer things where I understand the odds and they aren't stacked against me.
Exactly. Sometimes I think the phrase was, the house is always against you.
It always is. Must have been a smart ancestor you had there.
Mm-hmm. Alright, now...
And you're having this conversation just as you walk past a very small little chapel of the lovers and a glass window, but there's so many people walking by, you don't even really get a chance to really even look at it in that moment. And there's a couple of other buildings as he kind of points out towards one of them and goes, "That's the hotel. The person we're meeting is there."
Alrighty, you ready?
There ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, and I will look over to Lib. Like, you ready to?
See finger guns.
Alright, finger gun back. I'm like, okay, so anything we should know about this person right off the bat?
They come off as a bit, very, very alien. But don't let that fool you. They're a mean shark.
Okay.
Just know that Southern Island hospitality, and I'm sure we'll be fine.
Oh, okay, so I need to definitely behave, right?
Just to clarify, what does behaving look like where you're from?
Okay, well, there's the type of behaving of where I was trained to be a professional, and then there's the type of behaving where I'm from, we punch sharks as a rite of passage. So not to punch the shark, right?
Not this particular shark,
Okay,
no.
I got you. Alright, yep, I will try to be on my best behavior.
Kind of walk a little bit more up. You get to the door. Some servant at the front of it, just like a bellhop, kind of opens the door for you guys. It's like far ahead of you approaching, but just before you kind of get there, he stops for a moment and looks at you and goes, "Really? Sharks?
Yeah.
They punch sharks?"
Yeah, giant sharks. It's great. Honey actually nods to that. Like, yeah.
Learn something new every day. And he walks ahead, shaking his head. "Sharks? Yeah." And you walk past the bellhop, kind of nods to each of you kindly and closes the door behind you as you go in. And as you do, you see there's somebody standing in the middle of this circular kind of hotel vestibule area. It's got nice glossy floors. In the middle of it, you can see 7 symbols on it, each of them representing each of the 7 houses, but they're notated underneath them in Dwarfish, which you recognize but don't read.
Yeah.
And standing right in the middle of it, you can see a human dressed in a tux. They've got slick back black hair, and they've got this really thin goatee that kind of comes down to a point. And as you approach, they kind of look at you all half-lidded, kind of like nose up a little bit, and go, "Ah, Master Caius. I don't suppose you'll be wanting a room. Go blow yourself. I'm here for your boss." Charming as ever. Follow me. And he turns around and he leads you through a pair of guarded doors to the left. Guards stare forward the entire time. They don't meet eye contact with you guys as you walk by them. And as you're led into the next room, it's just the sound of like coins, just constant falling coin sounds. All right, and you can see rows of tables filled with about a dozen people at each one of these tables, and a long hallway of people sorting through coins and weighing them out, and then putting them in these boxes, and the boxes are being carried away. There seems to be a place where the money is counted or sorted, and you can see like walking in between them, kind of just doing this clapping. Like in between each of them is this elvish, perhaps. They look very half elvish. It's hard to tell. Their outfit and the tattoos that they've got and their crazy hairstyle that they've gotten their hair waxed up into just really makes it hard to tell who this person or what this person's origins are. There's a strange kind of like feyishness to their features, and they're kind of just like clapping in between each of these people. And then as they see you, they go, "Oh, carry on, carry on. We're doing fantastic work here today." Oh, and Caius. Caius. Walks up and kisses Caius on both cheeks. Caius just goes, "How's it going, your peacock?" He goes, "Business is booming as always." Yes. Well, I'm glad to fucking hear that. Business is what we're here for. And he goes, "Oh, is that so? And you came all this way to do this? Don't you normally work through other people?" And he shrugs and goes, "Not for me today. I'm just doing the parental role." And he nods and goes, "Is that so?" And looks at you, Anu.
She'll nod politely.
What prospective new talent, and strange kinds at that. It seems I have all sorts of new talent finding their way to me these days. Perhaps my reputation is growing. Hopefully, not too fast. Yeah, hopefully not. I came here with a sweetener. And he holds out his hand for a handshake. And as he does, the person takes his hand, and instead shaking it, turns it over, and kisses his finger on all these coins and charms and rings you can see across it.
Mm-hmm.
And and as he pulls his hand away, he deftly slides them all off of his fingers in one slick motion. And as they do, you don't even see them in his hand anymore. And he goes, "All right, we can begin business. What have you brought?"
Okay. And then it was the just
Coral crown.
Oh, okay. So I'll take that out.
He looks it over. He hands it to somebody right next to him, right? And they take it wordlessly, and they place it on a one of the scales, and you see as they kind of place a bunch of like odd little like metal bits on top of it of different shapes, right? They take a couple away, place it with a few other shapes, all right? And then eventually the shapes all kind of hover off the platform, and the other one hovers off the other platform, and the thing balances itself out. And he goes, "That would fetch a very, very pretty price. Are you wishing to sell this, or nah? It's a personal item that they retrieved back." "Oh, is that so? Well, it's not often I get to help liberate something and return it to its rightful owners. I could do with some good karma."
Yep. Hanu bows to that politely.
He claps his hand, and you see as the kind of butler figure with his goatee and his slick back hair walks up to him, and they hold out a piece of paper, and the guy begins writing a few things on it. He goes, "Clearly chose interesting property to steal from.
Tilt her head a
Aware of
little
this."
bit.
Yes. "Aware of what?" And he goes, "That was quite a vicious property you managed to find yourself stealing from. Say this was on accident. I am not wishing to make enemies." Looks at him. "Vicious? Ah, you've got to be fucking kidding me."
I mean, just seems
You?
like a really enthusiastic accountant with a strange hobby. What's... Yeah.
It's not the accountant we have to worry about. It's who he was working for. Evidently, that property, or at least the man, is an asset of Valente. Might have heard of him in the news recently.
Yeah. She'll take extremely respectful bow. I'm very sorry. This information is new to us. I do not wish to cause any harm.
I do not wish to have an enemy of someone such as Valente. How do I not know that you won't part with this on a market somewhere, and then it'll find its way traced back to me having cleared it?
I will tell you up front. Through my ancestry and my duty to Takaroa, as is chosen, I will ensure that this is returned to its rightful owners, the seals. That is my duty as the protector of the Kodri Coast. I give my word, and I will never go back to it. And she will show her Takaro the symbol on her palm. This might
All
not
right.
mean a lot to you, but this will mean a lot to the people of the Kodori Coast.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. I will guidance myself. Persuasion. I'm going to do my channel divinity. See if I get something else with that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do this just in case to make sure. 21.
21.
Alright.
You need that child divinity.
I was like, a little flare in there.
Color me convinced. But if this comes back around, I will make sure that it will not be on my head.
You are taking the greatest risk. At least this is fair. Hopefully it does not come
I
around.
won't say nothing. Let us hope. All right. This, however, has soured my mood for this business. So if we are concluded... Yeah. Don't you fucking worry about it. We're gonna be out of here. Come. He walks. Turns around, doesn't even look back at him. Liv kind of gives the guy like a look, right? Like you betray us, I will totally murder you look. He seems unfazed by it, but you guys follow after Caius. You exit back out into that central room again. That is, however, where I am going to leave it off for tonight. We will actually pick up the wedding and the explosion and all of that stuff next session. I am so sorry, Eliza. I really did think that I was going to be able to wrap this up by the end of this, Sarah, but
it's okay.
We will be getting to you being back in next session.
Oh, I know. I enjoyed all of that.
I'm glad.
Sale just rolled really high. It's like, got a lot of houses he went through.
It's just funny how the rolls are, and immediately after that one, I rolled a 19 for those boots, man. So it's like even more. They'll never have a bad time.
After this, I would look over to Libby and be like, I thought that would have included jumping out the window. Does that usually... There's not a lot of jumping out of windows? I'll look over to Caius, confused.
More than your fair share. Let's count ourselves blessed this time.
Okay.
Taking glass out of your eyes is not any fun.
Sounds about right. Okay then. And I will just do a half-arm hug to Libby as we walk.
Before we take a trip back, let me buy you a drink. Conclude our job well done. You should toast to it. It's bad luck not to.
Okay. When in Avale, I guess. I'll just steer us both over.
Technically, we're not in Avale anymore, but...
Okay. When in murky territorial waters of the sovereign states with an Avalian, you might as well.
Touché.
Alright.
That's an Avalian word.
Uh-huh.
Touché. Sorry. And yeah, you'll end up making your way to that central fountain area where there are drinks and stuff. he will order actually, what would he order? Actually, I'll take some time to think about what he would order for you.
Oh.
Right. So
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Caius likes picking the right drink for people.
Mm-hmm.
Thinks it's a talent of his.
Gets like a flaming inferno for Libby. It's great. Alright. Okay, good. And we'll pick up.
Oh man, guys.
This